So your 3D printer's built, now what? So this video is going to be kind of a quick start video. I do have other intro-level 3D printing videos out there, but this one is intended to take you from the moment you finish building your printer all the way to holding a 3D printed model in your hand. It will take you on finding models to print, preparing the STL file, loading it on the SD card to get it ready for the print, and a quick pre-flight check on your printer to have your model be successful the first time. This video is also focused to Uncle Brian, so when he gets home with his new printer, if he misses something, he can go back and he'll have a reference. So let's head over to the computer and get this thing set up. So the first thing that I recommend you do is head over to the Prusa site and get a copy of Slick3R. This is the program that's going to slice your model line by line and turn that model into G-code. That G-code will then be loaded on your 3D printer, and your printer will read it line by line to create the model. So you download a copy of that here. Of course, there are other slicers out there like Cura or Simplify 3D, but I find that the Prusa edition of Slick3R has the most well-rounded profiles. They're not perfect, but they're a great place to start. Once the download's complete, you can click to open it. Click OK. Next. Unless you have a Prusa printer, there's a couple of things you won't need. You won't need the Windows drivers. You won't need Prusa control. You won't need the utilities. Keep Slick3R for original Prusa selected. You can also download the test objects as well. And at the bottom, keep Pronterface checked. This is always good to have. This is a utility that helps you control your 3D printer via USB. Click Next. Click Next. Next, install, and then click Finish. So once that's installed, we'll click on the Prusa 3D Slick3R, and you have four main tabs. You have the platter, where your model will be. You have Print Settings, Filament Settings, and Printer Settings. For print settings to start with every printer, I recommend that you start with 0.2mm layer height normal. This is just a good all-around setting to start with. You can play with it later if you need to. Print setting is also where you'll turn your support material on and off. You can adjust your speed settings and your infill density. This is the ratio from plastic to air in the center of the model. Again, we're just going to go with the default values for now because they're a pretty good starting point. Then we go to the next tab, Filament Settings. I suggest that you start with PLA filament and you start with the Prusa PLA 1.75mm filament setting. Again, this is just a good average setting for pretty much all PLA filaments. Now we go to Printer Settings. This is where the settings get tailored to each printer that you use. We start with the Prusa defaults, and we adjust the bed shape. This is the Start 3D printer, so we're going to set it to 120 by 140. We'll move to the Custom G-code. Prusa uses a lot of custom G-code to do their bed leveling. We don't need most of this for a lot of the 3D printers. In fact, the Start 3D printer doesn't even have a heated bed. So we're going to take out all of the bed leveling G-code. We'll take out the bed temperature G-code. And we'll change the G28W command that Prusa uses to just a regular G28. This is going to home your printer before every print. This is the G-code that will be inserted into every G-code file at the beginning of the print. This is what the printer will do before it actually starts printing the model. Also in the end G-code. This is the G-code that the printer will run when the print job is done. We'll just remove the heat bed line. We'll also adjust the bed move at the end of the print to something the Start can handle. Let's call it 130. This brings the bed out to the front of the machine when the print's done, so it's easier to remove your parts. This is what raw G-code looks like. You can see that Start G-code is right here. And your end G-code is right here. That should be all we need to do in here, and we'll go to the extruder. The Start has a 0.4mm nozzle, and that's pretty much the most common size, so we can leave that alone. Most everything else can stay at default, but since the Start is a Bowden machine, I'm going to take retraction length to 2mm and retraction speed to 40mm a second. The Prusa is a direct drive extruder, where the Start is a Bowden style extruder setup. The Bowden style setups usually need a little higher retraction rates to avoid stringing. That should be the only changes in here, and then we can save our print profile. We'll rename it to Start and click OK. We'll go back to the platter tab. Again, 0.2mm layer heights, Prusa PLA plastic, and we have our new Start Printer Setting config. Now we need a model to print. I suggest for your first model, just head over to Thingiverse and find something you like. Let's search for dog. Try to find something that doesn't look too complicated for your first print. How about this low poly Sharpei? So you find the model you want, click Download All Files. We'll go into Downloads. We'll right-click the download, Extract All, then open up the Files folder, and there is your STL file that you can take into your slicer. So let's go back to Slicer. We'll hit the Add button. We'll find the files we just extracted. There's your STL file, and we'll hit Open. That brings your model into the slicer. From here, you can use the Scale button to shrink it or make it bigger. Let's make it 50%. You can also cut the model on the Z height if you wanted to split something in half. If you need to move your model around on the print bed, you can just click it and move it. You can also use the Arrange button, and that will bring it back to the center of the print bed. And you can add multiples of this model with the plus sign. So once you're happy with the model size and placement, then we'll hit Slice Now. This is dividing the model up layer by layer. Once the slicing is complete, you can head to the Preview tab, and you can view this model layer by layer. This will show you exactly what your printer is going to print one layer at a time. Notice it's in 0.2mm increments because we have a 0.2mm layer height set. Now we have our file all ready to go and ready to start printing it, but we need to get it onto our SD card. Your SD card is usually either located on your main board like this one is, or on the LCD screen. So just remove your SD card from your board. We'll load it into one of these SD to USB converters, and we'll plug it into the PC. Now we'll go back into Slick 3R, hit that Export G-code button, find our USB drive, and hit Save. You'll get a status message down here at the bottom, G-code file exported. We'll remove our USB, we'll slide it back into the SD card port. Now we'll go to the LCD screen. On this controller, you want to hit the center button. We'll go down to SD card. We'll push the right key. Since we removed the SD card, we need to remount it. So let's hit Unmount Card, and then Mount Card. And then we'll go to Print File, and make sure our new G-code file got loaded correctly. There it is. Back to the first screen, let's hit the center button again. Let's go into Quick Settings. Then we'll do Home All. This is going to move your printer to the starting position of every print. That would be 0, 0, 0, X, Y, Z. Remember, your X is this motion, your Y is the back and forth motion, and your Z is the up and down motion. Now that we're home, let's go back into the menu. Quick Settings again. We'll scroll down until we get to Preheat PLA. This will heat up the hot end so that you can load PLA. The default on this machine is 190, but that's hot enough to load the PLA plastic. To get ready to load your filament and to make it easier, you'll want to cut a 45-degree angle on the end of your filament. So get some clippers or a pair of sharp scissors and cut this at an angle. Now that the hot end is preheated, we'll push down on the extruder lever. We'll feed in our filament. And as you feed, you're going to be able to see it go through the Bowden tube down to the hot end. Keep feeding the filament in until you start to see some coming out of the hot end. This ensures that your filament made it all the way to the hot end and it didn't get caught up somewhere. Also, this helps to purge the last color of plastic that you were using. Let's head back into the menu, back into Quick Settings, and we'll scroll down to disable steppers. This will take the current off all the stepper motors so that we can move the hot end by hand. With the steppers disabled and the printer preheated, I'll move around the corners of the bed with a folded over piece of paper and make sure the hot end just barely touches the piece of paper. It's going to be different on every machine, but usually you can just adjust the bed thumb screws. You might have to go around a couple of times. Remember, when leveling, it's a teeter-totter effect. If you have to make a lot of changes on one end, it's probably going to affect the other corners as well. Depending on what bed surface you have, you might need some adhesive to help the first layer stick. I recommend to everyone to start with glue stick. It's cheap, and it's easy to use, and easy to clean off. So just put a healthy coating of glue stick on your bed, try to keep it as level as possible. We'll go into our menu one more time. We'll go down to Print File. We'll select our low poly Sharpie, hit the right key, and we'll start the print. You want to make sure and watch the first layer of your print. The first layer is the most crucial part of the print. Make sure it's laying evenly and it's sticking well. You don't want the filament too squished, but you don't want it to not stick to the bed either. Now we're up and printing. We'll let this model finish, come back and check and see how we did. Now we'll grab our scraper and slide it underneath the print. Slides right off, and it's done. And that's how you complete your first print. I realize this is a very high-level overview, but I do believe this is enough information to get you up and started printing quickly. I hope you liked this video and you found it helpful. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up or subscribing to my channel. If not, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching. One more final very important step for this printer. It's time to give it to Uncle Brian.